That's the next one we're gonna watch. The Chicago Gang War. Video's a bit old already. Like 7 months ago. I just found this video just now, and I feel like I want to watch this. All right, Chicago Gang War. I don't know anything about Chicago. Are they like? I don't know, man. Is it really that bad? There's a lot of gang fighters going on in Chicago.
There's a map of Chicago that nobody wants to.
I mean, yeah. Let me increase the volume.
Talk about.
Yeah.
It doesn't show train lines or bus routes. It shows a
really
war.
bad.
The gang violence.
You ain't got no money.
This shit real, don't.
Chicago Gang War. Right? Lock in.
A war that's been raging for decades across neighborhoods.
All our animation are made by humans. Oh sure, yeah. I mean, they don't have to put up this line, right? They can just label the content as like AI. You saw some AI label in some YouTube video recently, right? So they can do that.
It's parks and even single
That's not
blocks. Decades ago, Chicago's gangs were split into two massive alliances: the People Nation and the Folk Nation.
Is the whole nation? I mean, is Chicago a nation? Yeah, probably right. Fuck, my geography is pretty bad. Is Chicago a nation? Yeah, probably right. Let me just assume Chicago is a fuck. Let me Google this. I'm too dumb, man. Chicago, it's a city in. All right. Okay, it's a city in the U.S. All right, fuck. Yeah, it's not Mexico. Fuck, man. Fuck. Sorry, I'm so dumb.
But today, those two
Is the whole city run by gang?
alliances have fractured into more than 100 different sets, each fighting for their own corner of the city. Using exclusive data from the Chicago Office of Public Safety, we've mapped all these different territories down to the exact streets where these invisible borders are drawn. From the most notorious gangs to the deadliest blocks, we've mapped it all. This is Chicago's Gang War map.
Chicago Gang Wars map. Okay. Let's see.
One of the more
Love you too, Mar. Yeah.
famous rivalries in Chicago's gang world is between the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples. Arguably their most
Black Disciple and the Gangster Disciple.
contested blocks are in Chicago's South Side,
Okay. Gangster Disciple and Black Disciple?
centered around the Parkway Gardens neighborhood, or more famously known as O Block.
I got
O Block. Oh! Yo, I think FBI kind of raid this place. Yeah. Alright. No, it's no problem. Yeah. Let's not talk about the past. Only love you in the stream? Jeremiah, we love you too, baby.
That's one thing you always hear
Lock
about
it.
is the O Block.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, you make me happy too.
Yeah.
No homo.
We got a large crowd, got 362 in the back of Parkway.
O Block! 4 people shot at Parkway Garden, 1 critical.
We need some crowd control over there.
A real, is that real life GTA? All the time in this area?
O Block generally runs from 66th Street in the south to 63rd Street in the north.
63rd Street. How many miles is that? I mean kilometer. Why am I using miles? I haven't moved to US yet. Yeah. Probably I would say maybe 10 kilometer.
And then from South Calumet Ave in the west
Maybe less
to
than that.
South King Drive in the east.
South King
but
Drive.
much of this violence spills into the surrounding neighborhoods.
Oh, it's a blue against red. Yeah.
O Block and Parkway Gardens once stood as a working class neighborhood for
Jesus, I thought his voice is generated by AI. Yeah. No, I have a feeling about that. I'm not 100% sure, but he actually has a good voice.
Parkway Gardens once stood as a working class neighborhood for many black families who were migrating to the Midwest. It was even home to Michelle Obama when she was a child.
Really? Oh. Michelle Obama come from O Block? Really? Is O Block worse than the Bronx? I mean, that's where Kai Cenat came from. And Kai Cenat says like, Bronx is like a shithole. So, oh man, yeah. We watched a movie of Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man comes from Queens, right? Queens, New York. Yeah.
But by the 1990s, gang violence grew.
It's probably not related to Bronx.
The nearby Harold Ikes and Robert Taylor homes were
Robert Taylor homes.
demolished, scattering all their residents and their gang affiliations into the surrounding neighborhoods. Much of the gangster disciples ended up moving above 63rd Street and
63rd
also
Street.
into the Woodlawns neighborhood. At the time, the Black Disciples already had a strong
How many people?
presence in the Parkway's Garden neighborhood, which meant the Black Disciples
Wow.
and the Gangster Disciples were now living directly next to each other.
I mean, the gangster disciple is gonna win, right? Because the black disciple got outnumbered here.
It's said that the
If a gang war kind of like break out.
hard borders between the two groups run down 63rd Street and Vernon Avenue. A walk across to either of these streets means that you're walking into enemy territory. At first, it was mostly just small shootings and fistfights.
Jesus, you can't even walk over to if there's an age between that two street where it's got by different gang. Wow.
Largely over online insults. But then things exploded in 2011 when a Black disciple named
Odie Perry.
Odie Perry was shot and killed on the 6400 block of
South King Drive.
King Drive.
Is it? Yeah, whatever.
Odie's death became a turning point, and the Black disciples named the block after him.
Oh, that's the origin of old block. Because of Odie is getting killed.
Odie
There.
Perry was very well known locally, and his death by gangster disciples meant a declaration of war.
Declaration of war between the old block and
Reports of multiple people shot.
4 people shot.
Dozens of people shot.
52 people have been shot.
52 people.
61 people shot.
90 people shot.
Jesus.
100 people were shot across
100 people.
the city.
These were deliberate.
Oh, I think this is why, when I tell my relative and my friends about me wanting to migrate to the US, right? And some of them always says that, oh, there's a lot of shootings that's happening in the US. Don't go there. And this, I think they watch this kind of news too. This kind of news kind of give them their perception that there's constantly like the gang war fight that's going on, and there's a lot of shooting, and you're gonna end up like Charlie Kirk. Yeah, so don't go there. But I guess like the US is so big, and this is just one of the most like dangerous neighborhood in Chicago. So maybe it's not that bad if you're in Boston, right? I mean like Miami or I don't know, Tennessee. I'm just guessing.
And planned shootings by one gang against another.
St. Lawrence Avenue from 61st to 63rd Street
St. Law Avenue
were the gangster disciples' main staging area, while the Parkway Gardens neighborhood
Parkway
from
Gardens.
66th to 64th Streets were the Black disciples' main staging area. Many shootouts then took place on the intersection of 63rd Street and South King Drive. If the Black disciples were feeling risky, then they'd venture down 63rd Street heading east. And if the gangster disciples were feeling risky, then they'd head down 63rd Street to the west.
Ooh.
64th, 65th.
Whoa, they're about that life, bro. King Von? Oh, King Von? Jesus. I saw his music video before, and it's actually pretty cool. He's from the Black Disciple. Speaking on the borders between...
And on 63rd, over kind of to the left.
There's a whole like music culture that's emerged from that too.
They dirty and stuff.
From Black Disciple.
They be up there just doing stealing and doing all type of petty stuff. So we don't go up there with them. Oh no, something ain't right up there.
Yo, when King Von tell you don't go up there, you don't go up there, He's a King Von after all. Yep.
Drive.
What was talking
And on
about?
63rd, over here kind of to the left. They dirty and stuff. They be up there just doing
They dirty and stuff, baby.
stealing and doing all type of petty stuff. So we don't go up there with them. Oh no, something
Yeah, you don't mess with them there.
ain't right up there. So I had to make it known, like, because it's so close. We not from 63rd.
Between 2009 and 2015,
We know from 63rd.
the 63rd Street corridor had the highest concentration of homicides in all of Chicago, where
So 63rd is the worst like area? Or the worst district?
most of these
Not
deaths
district,
came from
sorry.
gunfights involving teenagers.
A 14-year-old boy was shot around midnight.
16-year-old was shot in the chest.
Wounded 6 people, including 3 teenage girls.
Parkway Garden shooting.
But O Block isn't just a battleground. O Block became an extremely well-known brand. 3 through rapid
Brand?
social media.
Oh, King Von is...
Its reputation traveled far beyond the south side of Chicago.
Wait. Which gang do King Von came from? Oh, Black Disciple. Yeah.
Songs by local rappers like Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and King Von turned O Block into a well-known hotspot of crime all across the country.
Yo, I thought it's a fake persona. King Von is a real-life gangster. Wow. This is actually not good, but it's cool.
But today, the most violent parts of Chicago aren't the ones that are the most viral online. The deadliest gang wars have moved, and
welcome back.
Some of them are far more shocking than what happened here. Your personal information is everywhere, from your name to your phone number to your email address and even to your family members' names. Data brokers are making money by selling that information to advertisers. Chicago Today for sponsoring this video. One of the most violent areas.
He's a singer, but he's also a gangster.
Of Chicago today is the Englewood, and
he belonged to the black,
West
Black gangster group.
Englewood neighborhoods.
Englewood on Chicago's south side once had a bustling economy of local businesses and a much larger population than it does today.
The three main gangs that make up these neighborhoods are the Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, and Black P-Stone.
Black P-Stone, so we got that three gangs here. And King Von is from Black Disciple. And that's why I remember it most. So we got Black P-Stones here and Gangster Disciple. So, yep.
Within these neighborhoods, the group's main borders are always changing, but generally, the Gangster Disciples dominate much of West Englewood and to the west of Oakton Park. Their main stronghold within this region is from 55th Street to the north, running all the way down to 75th Street to the south. And then mainly to the south of Oakton Park are the Black P-Stones. The Black P-Stones may not occupy the front headlines the same way the Gangster Disciples and Black Disciples do, but they're still very dominant in the region. Their control tends to be more localized in a block-by-block scenario, rather than having a large expanse of territory.
Woo!
Although their territory
politics in the gang
may be smaller, they are known as one of the most ruthless gangs in Chicago. On November 2nd, 2015, a 9-year-old named Tyshawn Lee...
Don't be annoying, Jeremy. If you annoy me, I won't answer your question.
Lee was playing basketball with his friends at Dawes Park. Dawes Park is on the border of the Black P-Stones and Gangster Disciples territory.
Oh, shit. It's the age between, like, the Gangster Disciple and the Black P-Stones. Jesus, Black P-Stones sounds like such a cool name.
Tyshawn's dad was in the Gangster Disciples. On that day, Tyshawn and his friends were playing basketball. A man named D. Wright Boone Dottie approached the boys. D. Wright picked up the basketball.
Bro, why are you approaching a boy?
Dribbled it a few times, and then gave it back to the boys. After that, D. Wright persuaded Tyshawn to leave the basketball court and come with him to the store across the street.
Oh, Jesus.
He promised Tyshawn that he would buy him something.
Buy you
Tyshawn.
Jesus, no, don't go. Sean.
Then followed D. Wright into a nearby alley that was out of view of the park. There, D. Wright shot Tyshawn.
What the fuck?
In Chicago today, there was a
why would anyone do that?
Tragic revelation in the murder of a 9-year-old boy.
Probably the most abhorrent, cowardly, unfathomable crime that I've witnessed in 35 years of policing.
Tyshawn's father, Pierre Stokes, was alleged by authorities to have ties to the Gangster Disciples.
Who is that? Tyler's brother?
D. Wright and his other Black P-Stone brothers were going after the Gangster Disciples and Pierre for revenge over another killing that took place just days earlier. D. Wright and the Black P-Stones couldn't find Pierre, so they took out his 9-year-old son instead.
Okay, so, wait. So Sean is from the Black Disciple and, Gangster Disciple, and D. Wright is from the Black P-Stone, I suppose. Next, welcome back.
The two men convicted.
We're watching this video called The Chicago Gang War. Yeah.
Of executing 9-year-old Tyshawn Lee will be locked up behind bars for decades. Dwight Boone Doty is a convicted triggerman. He was sentenced to 90 years.
90 to 65 years.
His accomplice, Corey Morgan, sentenced to 65.
And then the third group competing for the Englewood and West Englewood neighborhoods are the Black Disciples. The Black Disciples control much of the region to the east of Oakton Park and are
That's the Disciple stronghold. Okay, sure. Wait.
disciples. Third group competing for the Englewood and West Englewood neighborhoods are the Black Disciples. The Black Disciples control much of the region to the east of Oakton Park.
So they want to compete with for the East Eaglewood here,
and are especially dominant around Englewood High School.
Okay, Black Disciple control this
On
stronghold.
Normal Boulevard, the Black Disciples are known to be extremely present here. Englewood High School is caught in the middle of the gang violence.
What a well-made video, man. How did he know of this?
And the high school struggles because of it.
Well researched.
Police on scene tell me this was a brawl that involved at least 100 students here in Inglewood STEM High School.
At this school, every time you turn around, it's fights all the time.
Englewood High School had a graduation rate of only 62%.
Fuck. I want to go to this school. Just kidding.
They also have 87% of the student graduation rate of only 62%.
What kind of high school have this kind of graduation rate? 62%? Wow. You know? Yeah, wow. Not graduating from this high school is considered the norm here? Interesting. What interesting high school. I want to go there.
They also have 87% of the students
go better debate.
Marked as chronically absent.
No, I don't want to watch this. Yeah.
Meaning they missed 10 or more.
We already finished the debate video. What are you talking about?
Days of school a year. Getting to and from school.
This video is fun. Wow.
For these students can also be tricky. If you live on a Black Disciple block and have to walk home from school through Black Disciple controlled streets, it's safer to just be one of them than to be part of a rival gang or even seen as neutral.
Neutral?
Because
rival
many
gang?
families in Englewood face deep poverty and minimal access to after-school programs. Gangs often fill the role of structure and belonging that schools and community centers can't always provide.
Really? Oh, shit. Yeah.
You can even see the effects of
the education system failure. You can always go to a gang, right? Yeah. I guess that's what's happening in this neighborhood.
Poverty in Englewood, just off of the many lots that sit empty.
It's about their life, bro.
All of these empty lots aren't random.
Yeah, about
They're
their
the
life.
direct outcome of economic decay. As jobs vanished and home values tanked, many homeowners couldn't keep up with their mortgages.
Really? Even in this kind of like bad neighborhood, the property value is pretty high. Jesus, yep. I guess the real estate like tycoon, they are more ruthless than the local gangster. Yeah, they're more gangster, right?
The city seized many of these properties through foreclosure.
Imagine there's a shooting everywhere in the neighborhood, like always, and this property price is still pretty high. And who the fuck is buying that? Yeah, if you're not like a local drug dealer there.
And demolished them rather than rebuilding them. This has left block after block of open grass where homes once stood.
Overgrown weeds, empty beer cans, and a lot of frustrated neighbors. The Morning Insiders uncover a pattern of vacant city-owned properties falling into disarray, leading to more than 100 complaints filed to the city just last year.
People see this, they're scared to buy here, they're scared to rent here. Clean it up and secure it.
But arguably the Chicago area struggling most with gang violence in 2025 is the Garfield Park area, or more notoriously known as K-Town. K-Town is a group of different neighborhoods with heavy gang violence.
K-Town, what a name.
Roughly running from West Lake Street in the north to
West gonna get a
West 16th
raided to the Korean or something.
Street in the south.
Run by some Korean gang or some shit. That'll be cool.
And then from California Ave in the east to Cicero Avenue in the west. While the Black Disciples, Gangster Disciples, and Black P Disciples have a heavy prominence in Chicago.
Who's gonna wait? I think Gangster Disciple is the more dominant here. It's like we're playing a video games here. Like we're playing GTA here. If I'm a GTA character, if I want to pick a gang, right? I'll probably pick the Gangster Disciple here. Yeah. Cause we are outnumbering them, right? Look at our territory. Yep. It's all red. Yep.
Chicago South Side, it's an entirely different set of gangs.
Which one will you pick?
Make up Chicago's
Black P-Stone sounds the best.
West Side.
Sorry.
The major gangs out of K-Town include the Black Souls, the Unknown Vice Lords, the Four Corner Hustlers,
the Unknown Vice Lord, what a name.
The Traveling Vice Lord.
Traveling Vice Lord, wow.
The Conservative Vice Lords,
the
New Breed, and smaller pockets of the Gangster Disciples and Black Disciples. In general, the two dominant gangs in K-Town today are the Vice Lords, who originated in K-Town, and then the Four Corner Hustlers, who have a large area of control around Garfield Park.
Four Corner Hustler. Who come up with this kind of name though? Jesus.
In 2022, the Four Corner Hustlers were caught in a massive drug trafficking operation that was run on the block of 3900 West Jackson Boulevard, the 3900 block of Van Buren Street, and the 4000 block of Maypole Avenue, directly in the gang's territory. 10 members were arrested in this operation with nicknames like Peanut and D-Nice.
Peanut!
But the operation was run by a 38-year-old
Peanut, I thought you were streaming. What are you doing there?
man named Nathaniel Evans. 4 others allegedly worked as shift managers that oversaw drug sales at the 3 other locations.
Oh, shift manager at days? Yeah, drug lord at night. Yo, alright, cool.
The shift managers were also in charge of receiving the supply of drugs from Mexico.
Yo.
Protecting the cash, and then being on the lookout for the police.
Wow, we're not talking about some fast food restaurant manager here. Yeah.
The drugs were packaged in small baggies and sold for extremely cheap, usually just $10 a bag.
$10 a bag? Wow.
They were going for a cheap but high volume distribution.
It's cheap, but I would assume something like $5 a bag though. Yeah, $10 a bag. Yeah, gonna have some profit, right?
Strategy. Some of the drugs discovered by authorities were laced with fentanyl, making them far more dangerous.
What's fentanyl? Is it meth?
Federal authorities also seized many firearms from the gang, including 4 rifles, 4 handguns, a MAC-10 submachine gun, and a shotgun. This shows how these free markets were heavily protected with firearms, and it wasn't just some casual dealers.
The U.S. Attorney's Office today announced federal charges against 10 members or associates of the Four Corner Hustlers street gang.
We need members of the community to continue to work with law enforcement in order to help us, uncover crimes and then hold people accountable.
But even when the police cracked down on these illegal drug operations, the gangs learned to adapt. One of the new strategies of gangs in this region has been to shift their operations into vacant lots and abandoned homes.
Approximately 400 abandoned houses.
Why don't the federal government they just raid the whole thing? I mean, the FBI already raid the old block, but I guess it would waste a lot of taxpayer money. Suppose
in the village of Dalton.
That's someone that took over someone's house without their permission and they stayed there.
Oh, it's like a squatter. But, you get squatted by gangster, right?
They do a lot of things that they should not be doing, and it should have been taken care of sooner, and it's not.
One recent example of this comes from an abandoned home on 849 St. Louis Avenue.
St. Louis Avenue?
On the outside, it looked like an abandoned home with boarded up windows and graffiti on the front door. But on the inside was one of Chicago's most active stash houses. Neighbors say that the house had been vacant for many years. It's owned by the Chicago Housing Authority, but it's been left untouched and unsecured. Then in 2024, it turned into what police called an open-air drug depot.
Open-air drug depot? Wow.
Dealers started operating their...
It's kind of expected, right? Why would they own the house without ever maintaining it?
Business right on the front porch.
What if I own this house?
Buyers would pull up in cars, hand over cash, and then drive away with the drug of their choice.
Business 101, you need to cut your profit, right? To cut your expense to maximize your profit. Using abandoned house is it's a good business move though.
Hole that was dug into the wall. This operation was all happening in broad daylight. Parents walking their kids to school said that they would see people cycling through every couple minutes. Residents who live in these areas are saying that they just can't take it anymore.
We're moving, the process is moving as we speak. I just can't put up with this anymore.
I'm completely done with Chicago.
But no one wants to be here anymore. And can you blame them?
What the fuck is the local police doing?
Can you blame them?
As more and more families move out, these homes often become abandoned when nobody wants to buy them. These empty homes quickly become safe havens for the same activity that they were trying to escape. Today in West Garfield Park, more than 40% of the lots are vacant. But the cycle doesn't just stop with abandoned homes and empty lots. When neighborhoods start falling apart, it's often the kids who get caught in the cracks.
I hear a lot of YouTube video where I've seen a lot of YouTube video where people kind of narrate the video with this kind of voices, but I never seen their face though. It's the first day that I've seen seen the real face behind this voice, this kind of voices.
Because not only
it's a strange feeling.
You gonna get killed, and them cats gonna get killed, but our kids is dying.
One of the most tragic stories of young kids getting caught in the gang life comes from an 11-year-old named Robert Sandifer, nicknamed Little Yummy.
Both
of
Yummy.
his parents were teenagers at birth. His mother was frequently in trouble with the law, and his father was in jail for most of his life. By age 4, Robert was removed from his mother's care due to violent abuse and was given to his grandmother, whose home had up to 19 different people living in it.
You know, I'm thinking about Lil JJ for no reason. Yeah, it could be a cool name for myself too. Lil JJ.
And was given to his grandmother, whose home—
That's a corny ass name.
Home had up to 19 different people living in it. Unfortunately, this new home offered Robert little protection. He continued to experience abuse and even had cigarette burns and bruises all over his body. Despite the trauma, he became familiar with the streets of Chicago. By 8, he'd already dropped out of school and began stealing cars, breaking into houses, and
Jesus. By the age of 8?
Navigating the criminal underworld. Around this time, Robert became affiliated with the Black Disciples.
The rise of drug lord.
They often used Robert as a drug runner or to commit crimes, knowing that the legal system would often let him off the hook because of how young he was. By age 10, Robert even tattooed BDN for Black Disciple Nation onto his body. His criminal record quickly grew, and by age 10, Robert already had 23 felonies, including an armed robbery.
I mean, if you start committing a crime when you are like 6 or 7 years old, 6, 7, right? I don't think the normal like child protection law should be applied on you. So you should get a jail time as maybe half the jail time as an adult criminal. If you're start committing a crime when you are like 6 years old, and when you are 10 years old, you technically still a kid, but you are experienced of a adult criminal already. So you can still cause some great damage though. So I don't think it's suitable to use the child protection law here to protect the kid though, to let him keep going away and commit more crime.
Tragedy first struck though when Robert turned 11.
You guys get my point?
Robert was given a handgun by members of the Black Disciples and was ordered to carry out a hit. Yummy walked up to 16-year-old Keonta Britton and asked him what gang he belonged to. Britton told the 11-year-old he wasn't involved, and then Yummy pulled out a gun and shot him in the stomach at point-blank range. Yummy sprinted away, and police quickly arrived on the scene. Only 2 hours later, Yummy came back just around the corner of where he shot Britton. He spotted 6 guys playing football. He walked up with no mask, wearing a shirt that said boss, and then opened fire erratically on them. Bullets went everywhere. A parked van was hit, a house window was shattered, and tragically
Wow, how many guys this guy killed? Like 7?
18-year-old Siobhan Dean was hit in the head. Siobhan, who wasn't even with the boys but was just walking by, ended up dying 2 hours later. Following her death, Robert became a fugitive, living in Black Disciple members' homes while evading police and even the FBI. 3 days after the shooting, Robert returned to his neighborhood.
Imagine you're 11 years old and the FBI is after you. Wow.
Hoping to turn himself in, but high-ranking Black Disciple members feared that he might cooperate with law enforcement. The Black Disciples now feared that Lil Yummy was too much of a liability to keep around.
Gotta get rid of him.
Black Disciple members Craig and Derek Hardaway were tasked with silencing Lil Yummy. As Lil Yummy was making his way back to his grandmother's home, they lured him into a car offering protection. Craig and Derek then drove Lil
Can't trust an adult, man.
Yummy to a railroad underpass.
Oh, he's cool.
Once there, they shot Lil Yummy twice in the back of the head, killing the 11-year-old. His body was then discovered the next day.
What is he like?
Bad.
Bad? Like when you say bad, what do you mean?
Fighting still, breaking into people's houses.
Did you ever see like the police coming to his house?
Every other day.
That's heavy.
When you found out that he killed, right?
Imagine you're 11 years old, you already go through all of this, and yeah, holy.
What did you think?
I mean, it shocked me. He shouldn't have got killed like that. I mean, he didn't have to die the way he was killed, but that's the life you live. That's what happened.
Lil Yummy's story shocked the nation.
Is that his mom?
Landing on the cover of Time magazine and becoming a symbol of children growing up in violent, neglected neighborhoods. From O-Block to Englewood to Garfield Park and K-Town, Chicago's gang war is everywhere, shaping schools, streets, and lives. These maps aren't just data points, they're living neighborhoods with real people caught inside a decades-long war.
Why don't they put like more like law enforcement here?
But the FBI is trying to put an end to this war.
What are they doing?
The FBI just raided O-Block and it made an entire video on it, which you can watch.
I mean, maybe you can argue that it's just human nature to want to commit like crime and violence. Maybe it's it's ingrained in their culture too, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is why it's so hard to solve the problem at its root cause, right? So, yeah, sometimes, yeah, evil is bound to be in like human nature.
Right here. Thank you again, Delete Me, for sponsoring this video.
All right, cool. Nice video, guys. Yeah.